And
Yeah.
who did you find first? Was it Next? Was it Jaheim or
I actually had Jaheim first.
wow. But he came
Yes,
out
Jaheim,
last.
and he came out last. Yes, and to this day, he'll tell you he's pissed off about that. Yeah,
I think he
yeah,
came out at the right time though, but
he did, but he'll tell you to this day he's pissed off, that I was the first one there and I came out last.
yeah, but so because I think when he came out, this is when sort of neo soul and Maxwell, D'Angelo, and it just fits. We could just appreciate him. And but what was it about him that you saw that you thought, wow, this is gold?
Oh nah, when I first heard his demo came actually to the Naughty Gear store, and that's how long Jaheim was sitting around and waiting.
Wow.
I was still in Naughty when I had Jaheim's demo. Yeah, his demo came into the Naughty store. We had a store down in and I think the store opened in like 94 or something like that. So
Wow.
Jaheim's demo might have came down there around 95.
Wow.
So yeah, it was sitting in there for a minute. And when it came time for it, I just was like, I remember this guy. Let me find that tape of this guy. And I remember his tape. It said Jaheim Hoagland, 17-year old Jaheim Hoagland. That's what it said.
He put his
And
age on it.
yeah, and on the tape, he was doing karaoke of Luther's "Never Too Much." He didn't even have songs. He was just doing karaoke.
Wow.
Yeah. And so when it came time, I was just like, dang, this guy sounds just like Luther Vandross.
Hmm.
And a lot of people say, no, he sounds more like Teddy Pendergrass, but he was singing Luther Vandross. And that's,
Okay.
that's always, yeah. So he has a little bit of both of them in him, but he was singing Luther Vandross on his cassette tape that I had on his demo. And when I finally met him and saw how thugged out he was, and he looked like a rapper.
Yeah.
He looked like a rapper.
Did he have the
I was
cornrows
like,
then, or did he have his cornrows, and did he have his hair braided?
Nah, I don't even think. Nah, I'm not sure. I don't
Okay.
think so. He might have did though. Then again, I think he did. I think he did. But I know he was thugged out. I don't care. I mean, he was straight thugged out, and I just was like, wow, this guy's thugged out, yo. But as soon as he opened his mouth, he sounds like Luther.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so when you think of Luther, you think of party records. You think of relationship more mellow, more chilled out. So if I get a thugged out Luther, it'll be a whole different approach.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
started thinking like that. So I
Wow.
started thinking like that. So I'm gonna do the same feel and the same style and make you feel like the Luther records, but the appeal and the approach and the visual of how you see him and the way he come across gonna be thugged
Yeah.
out. And he's gonna appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I had that in my mind with him from the gate, and I started working on him, and then when I started putting it together, here came Next.
Oh, so you put him on hold.
I put him on hold because Next was more developed.
Ah.
He was, like I said, he looked like a rapper. He was rough around the edges. Everything was raw. He would show up here sometimes and sometimes he wouldn't show up. He'd be missing sometimes and this and that, but he was there primarily. And but Next just showed up. And not only did, Next show up prepared, they also had Lance and Prof with them when I got their demo. And Lance and Prof is from the group Low Key.
Okay.
That was signed to Jimmy and Terry and over there at
Yeah,
Flight
yeah,
Time.
yeah. Flight Time, yeah.
Yeah. So they were from the group Low Key. So they were already more polished and together. So that pushed them to the top because not only did they have Lance and Prof, now once I came in, they had both of us together, where Jaheim only had me and my crew really focusing on it. So Next had their routines together. They had their imaging together. It was a lot of stuff. We just had to fine tune some things, but they came in with their stuff more together. So when I presented, and then on top of that, the icing on the cake, to really be honest, when it came down to Next even leapfrogging Jaheim, was the showcase. when we did the showcase at Arista for Clive, Next came across more polished to Clive than Jaheim. And Jaheim got turned down by Clive, and that's why Next came out before Jaheim.
Okay, because you went to the Godfather, Clive Davis.
Yeah, and that's who did my deal with me for Divine Mill.
Wow.
And Jaheim had to wait. And Jaheim ended up being picked up by Warner Brothers.
Okay, that's why I knew he was on a different label. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, more than anything, that's the reason why Jaheim actually ended up coming out after Next.
Okay. But then the Jaheim stuff. So when you came out with his first album, he didn't have, was he now at a position where he could help write, or was it still mainly relying on yourself and
well, actually, you know what? You know, you spoke of Eric Williams from Blackstone.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, Eric.
Eric wrote a lot of it. Yeah.
Okay. With West.
Eric was part. Yeah, Eric and West. Eric was a part of my team, so Eric wrote a lot of it, along with with Darren and Cliff Lighty, Balewa Muhammad. Yeah, Balewa. Like you said, Eric and West, Jaheim himself as well, me. We all were in there together, just putting it together. We beat it. I was part of my team. Eric and West. Eric was one of my guys that was there with me like every day. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Eric's a Jersey guy. He's a Jersey guy.
Yeah. As I said, he's when Blackstreet came to London, we hung out and we did an interview with him. So good friend. But Jaheim, as I said, even to today, everyone would rate Jaheim. His voice, his style.
Yeah.
When you were ready to put out his album, Clive still wasn't ready to go sign off the deal?
Nah, he had already passed on it. So once he passed on it with the showcase, I just started shopping him elsewhere. And the first place we took him to was Warner Brothers. And Denise Brown signed him over at Warner Brothers. As soon as she heard it, she fell in love with him. I brought him in there. He sung in there. She was just like, oh my God. Sign him up. Do not let them leave this building. Sign him up. No.
Okay.
And then from that point, we had a home, and it was just about finishing up the project. That was it.
I can still see his first video. He walks out, and there's an old track. What's the sample, that old track that comes out?
Could It Be?
Could It Be?
Yeah.
And
it was like, I wasn't actually in that video. It was like he worked at like a garage.
Yeah, garage.
He worked at a car garage. He worked at a car garage, and he was supposed to take the car to get fixed or whatever.
Yeah.
And end up joyriding with the car instead, and people thought that it was his car. And then he come back and bring the car back, and he was actually just out. And I'm standing there like, yo, what are you doing? What were you doing? Oh my God.
Yeah. Because he comes out, and we think, okay, here he is. He's gonna come and rap to us like DMX, and he starts to sing. And as I said, it's I think for guys too, because we had Joe, but a lot of the guys were singing to the ladies, and so the ladies, apart from R. Kelly, lots of the guys were singing to the ladies. But Jaheim was like, "Wow, this is this thugged out guy singing this smooth and stuff." And so you
right, and then you see him riding around in his Bentley, and you think, "Oh, he's flossing," and then come to find out, "Oh, he just works there. He ain't in his car. He's fronting." Like that's the ultimate thug too.
Yeah,
like, he just took somebody's car and just flossing with it.
Yeah, it's a good video concept, but the video can take you only so far if the music wasn't. I mean, did you guys? Was there hard work on that album to get the right music?
Yeah, I mean, no, because actually at that time we worked every day. We were in such a groove, man. Like I said, we had Eric. We had great people in there, writers, man. We had Eric in there. Like I said, Cliff, Balewa, Aritza was in there. RL was there. Yup, Find Some Coffee Brown. Man, we had so many people. Teron Bill was there. Like Gordon Chambers was there. Like I had so many people in there writing, man. It was just, I would just be like, hey, here's the beats. Like, let's just see who got the best stuff and let's just go. And some people didn't like that way, but it was just competition, and everybody, we were just all in there just to get stuff done. So when it came time to make records, it was nothing. I was just like, yo, if we come with a dope beat, I know that the guy's gonna ice it off. So we just did it. It was just all about just who we would give the records to at that point. That was it. Just even like if you think of Just in Case. Just in Case was a Coffee Brown record.
Are you kidding me?
That was a Coffee Brown record. It was a ballad.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a Coffee Brown ballad. Yeah.
That's probably was that his biggest track? Because that's probably the most popular one.
Yeah, probably. Yep, definitely. Probably his biggest one. Yeah. But it was a ballad. It was a ballad. And when we originally did it, it was a Coffee Brown ballad. And I forgot why we ended up. I think it ended up that I think Clive didn't like it on Coffee Brown as a ballad. So then I ended up switching it around and not go on Coffee Brown's record. I made it up tempo to what it was and presented it again to Clive for Babyface though. Yeah, tried to sell it to them for Babyface, and they were just like, nah. So then I just was like, you know what, Jaheim, let's just cut this record, man. I know this record's dope. So what I did was, like I said, it was a ballad, because that's all Just in Case is a ballad. It's double time. It's a ballad singing over a fast beat. That's really, it's a 50 BPM song that I double time to 100. Yeah. So all of the, you think about the tempo of these records, there's club records, they like, especially like in the 90s, the groove stuff was around 100, 102. So if you take a ballad at 50 or 51 and double it up, you got 102, and then you just change the groove around. And that's what I did with it. Like I said, like going back to my DJ and club stuff, I did. That's how it was. But it was the same song, just done in a different manner.
And you can hear some elements of Too Close and some elements of some influences from like what you did for Next. That type of
yeah, because it's it's coming from the same crew.
Yeah.
Coming from the same crew. So yeah, you're gonna absolutely hear pieces or influences of stuff and be like, okay, this sounds familiar. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Same guy did all of those records. Yeah.
Was RL singing back on that?
The original demo, he's singing the whole demo, but not the one that came out.
Oh, just okay. Without
He's singing. Well, actually, the whole group Next is singing backgrounds on anything.
Okay.
Because that was the original Next record as well too. Anything was that was a Next record. And when I switched it over and gave it to Jaheim, because at that time, once Jaheim got his deal, it was all about, okay, guys, let's all focus on Jaheim. Let's get Jaheim stuff done now. It's time for him to go. Because at that point, Jaheim was complaining. He's like, I've been here first. When am I coming out? And then like, okay, now we got your deal. Let's go. So we started focusing on him. So we started taking records that we might have had for other people and other groups and other situations, and just started flipping them into Jaheim records.
Yeah, as I said, he still stands the test of time, and it was great to see him recently feature with AZ.
The AZ record,
yeah, because a lot of us miss him.
Even now, I'm telling him now, man. Like I have records that I've cut on Jaheim, like really good records that I know that will come out now and be dope. But it's just on Jaheim, man. Like I'm just waiting on him to say I'm ready to go and do this again, man. I'm just waiting on him, really.
Yeah, because we heard him say he's quit the industry. This was about a couple of years ago. Then I heard he said he had changed his mind. What's is he still?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Same thing. I don't know. I don't know what Jaheim's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I'm baffled by it too, to be honest. Like I said, I got records on him and stuff that I know is dope, but I'm just waiting for Jaheim to be ready to do what he got to do, and that's it. I don't know.
At this stage, is he still signed to Divine Mail or Warner Brothers, or is he independent?
He's been off of Divine Mail, and he's been off of Warner Brothers for years now.
Okay.
Yeah, he was when he had moved over to Atlantic. Even when I did Ain't Leaving Without You, the record, the Ain't Leaving Without You record with him. The Hey, how you doing, baby?
Yeah.
When I did that record for him, he wasn't signed to me.
Wow.
I allowed him to move over to Atlantic at that time.
Wow. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.